Sure, bass get bigger in the winter, but winter bass fishing sucks, and here's why. For starters, have you ever tried to fish in thick gloves, a thick coat, and bibs or overalls? It sucks. Dealing with the cold sucks. Whether I'm casting and if I choose not to wear my gloves, then my hands get cold because I'm getting them wet from the line or reaching out and grabbing a fish. Fishing in the cold is absolutely no fun. Not to mention when you get home and your hands are cold and your feet are cold and you're just plain cold, it hurts. It physically hurts to warm up. Okay, real talk for a second. Bass fishing in the winter is boring. Just admit it. The bass are less active, so that means you make cast after cast after cast and don't get a single stinking bite. That's no fun. I want to go fishing and catch fish. That's why fishing in the spring and summer is way better than fishing in the winter. If you fish in the winter, you just gotta be crazy. Huh, I guess I'm crazy. But that's beside the point. In the wintertime, bass often go and suspend, or they go find a really deep hole and they just hang out near the bottom or just off the bottom. This makes them dang near impossible to catch from the bank. So if you don't have a boat with a bunch of fancy equipment, locating bass is impossible. Now, I understand in ponds like this one, it's a little bit different. I don't need a fancy boat because I know the bass are in this little bitty area, but that doesn't make them any easier to catch because they're still suspended, which brings me to my next point. You've got to have all these specialized lures. You've got to have jerk baits. You've got to have like an Alabama rig, little swim baits, or these little tiny finesse lures, like little finesse jigs. It's just not like fishing in the summer when you can throw pretty much any lure and get a bite. With all that said, I still go bass fishing in the wintertime because I'm one of those crazy people who just want to catch fish. And as I mentioned earlier, bass are really at their biggest in the wintertime. This late winter pre-spawn time is the perfect time to go out and break your PB if you're willing to brave all the elements and figure out a way to catch them and spend hours and hours figuring out a way just to catch that one, maybe two fish. Got it. I'm just casting it out in the middle and letting it sink and then reeling it back.
Fishy! Look at that. I'm sorry if you can't see anymore. My fault for poking your eyeball 1,000 times.
They're all about that size.
Really?
Yeah, one of these days we should come down here and keep some.
Yeah.
That way.
50,000 of them.
Not 50,000 of them, but you're gonna have to cast farther than that.
I know, I messed up.
There you go. Now let it sink, let it sink. See the end of your line there where it's kind of disappearing in the water? Now you can reel because it's kind of stopped. It's slowed way down. Now you can reel. Reel. Gotta reel faster than that. You gotta make that blade spin at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not touching me too.
It's alright, just let it sink. Alright, now reel. So if you're one of the crazy people like me, go ahead and check out the video down below me, which will give you a few tips on how to catch bass in the wintertime. I can't wait to see you there.